Greetings Esoteria, Jimmy the Lightfoot here with a tutorial video for the players. Today we're going to show you how to use the various commands and menus to navigate the classes, professions, skills, quest journal, you name it. So let's get started here. Now first of all, the heroes commands are still there. You can still use their text-based menu if you like. It's all right there for you. But otherwise, you're going to access our menus through either a command, which we'll get into in a minute, or the character sheet menu. The character sheet menu essentially shows you your reputation and your cache when you hover over it, some basic info, but when you click on it, you get to the various other menus. Excuse me. The Paths and Professions menu is probably one of the most important ones because this is how you can change your class, change your profession, get some information about it, and see what level you're currently at. Levels do not change when you change classes or professions on the server. So to change a class or profession is as simple as just giving it a click. Boom, I'm now an alchemist. Go right back into it pretty quickly, and that's how that works. If you want information about a class or profession, just right click on it. A book will pop up showing you base stats, the equipment they can use, the skills they get, what level they receive them at, and generally what the skills themselves do. The next menu is the Hero Attributes menu. Hero Attributes menu is the normal attributes menu from the Heroes plugin. It's not changed, just a new way to get to it. The quest journal is found in this menu now. We've showcased it a little bit in previous videos. We're going to have another video about that a little later on, as it has some pretty specific stuff about it. But if you want to access your quest journal from here, you can go ahead and do that. The skills menus actually, for the class and profession skills, will know what class or profession you are and will only show you what you have available. So I'm a level 100 cleric. I have them all available. If I wanted to say, we'll go ahead and, sometimes it takes a second, go to mage, back into my menu here. It only shows the one skill. I'm only a level 1 mage. Now you can bind skills to items just like you can with the Heroes plugin normally, except it does not bind all of that one item type, only the specific item. So if you left click, I bind the item that's in my hand to the iron sword. This iron sword does not have it. So if I right click, boom, I'm throwing fire, it's ice bolts. That is not fire. Is the opposite of fire. And every time I right click, it's there. If I go to this one, nothing happens because it's not bound to that skill. Now another neat thing that you can do with this menu, normally doesn't allow you to do in Minecraft, is if you use your number keys 1 through 9 with your cursor over the menu, you can actually switch what item you're currently holding. So you can, without having to leave this menu, you can just, bam, bind it to that, bam, they're all now ice bolts. And if I want to get rid of that binding, I just click here, next item, click here, next item, none of them are bound. Not sure why it moved the slot, but that's okay. And that's how easy that is to use. You can use the skill by right clicking, uses it. Probably better to bind the skill, but it's up to you. You have options. We like options. If you shift left click, you'll get an item slot. It usually goes to the least available slot. That's why it went over there. And you just right click it. This is useful because when you select it, it'll actually tell you skill and what skill it is. It's also, just maybe you don't want your items to be bound. You don't want to accidentally right click when you're doing something with an item that has a normal right click ability. You have options. So that's the skills, and that's how they work. You can access all of this through two commands: the class command and the profession command, or PROF. So pretty much what they do is if you type in profession or class without anything there, it'll bring up the choose your class and profession menu. You can go ahead and get information about a specific class by putting in the class and the argument info. It brings it up. It does not matter which one you put first. If I put info cleric, it still pops up. If I type in class skills, it brings up my skills menu. If I type in there it is, my alchemist skills. And there you have it. So with these systems in place, we hope we make it a lot easier for players to actually go ahead and use these skills in PvP, when you're fighting bosses and things like that, so you don't have to go through your chat menu. You don't have to do anything that's kind of clunky. It's very quick. So that's how you use all that. Have fun out there, kids.